All right, are you done with my interrogation?
I guess, at least until we hit some other topic.
All right, well, we got some topics here.
All right.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right, Chris.
Yes.
Our good friend Mike from Brazil checked in.
Mike from Brazil, hey.
He checked in with a voice message.
Okay.
And he wants to set you and I straight.
All right.
You mentioned a couple of weeks ago that the U.S. is a melting pot.
Okay.
You said that a couple of times during a segment about being tolerant, and that the fact, I think what I was Nathan again. You mentioned during a segment that we were doing about all the whack-ass names.
Yeah.
I said, what's up with these whack-ass names? And you're just like, well, because America's a melting pot.
Okay.
So Mike took exception to that. Mike from Brazil.
To that?
To that. Well, he wanted to let you know that America is not a melting pot.
All right.
And that Brazil is the quintessential melting pot.
All right. Well, I'm anxious to hear his thoughts here.
All right. So here's Mike from Brazil.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Mike from Brazil here. I was listening to some clips from last week's show on the YouTube, and you guys made a lot of comments about racism and a lot of other PC stuff that happens in your country right now. And again, well, I want to offer the perspective of a foreigner again, all right? Because I've been listening to a lot of these PC things lately, and the elections come in November for you guys. And, well, one of the things that, pisses me off the most is the politically correct police, the social justice warriors police in your country right now, saying that, America's a melting pot when they intend to attack Trump and their supposed future policies on immigration and stuff. Let me tell you something. Dude, these people that say the United States is a melting ratio pot or whatever, I suggest to them, why don't you hop on a plane and come to Brazil and South America? No, the United States are not, you're not a nation of immigrants. No, this is bullshit, okay? Yeah, just because some English people came from England, and so, you're a nation of immigrants. No, you're not. You have your own culture based on Judeo-Christian tradition and stuff like that, and you better accept this. These stupid millennials, new generation that fight against the reality of things, they're ruining your country, dude. You should stand up for that. Here's a message from a South American. My country is a nation of immigrants. You should learn about our history here and compare with the United States. You will see that this thing about the United States being a nation of immigrants and stuff like that is bullshit. Okay? If you buy this, you're a moron and you're non-educated. Hop on a plane, travel the world, compare. You still live in the best nation of this world. Yes, you're not perfect, but who is, right? So stop the bullshit. And Chris, get off the fence. Give your vote to Trump. Help the man. He's going to be good. All right? Hail and kill.
So there's Mike from Brazil checking in.
So I have to get off the fence and vote Trump now.
That's right.
I'm not quite there yet.
Well, he's convinced Trump is going to be good for us.
Well, I hope he's right if that is indeed the guy. I'm still waiting to hear that Bernie's officially out before I say I'm definitely voting Trump.
A guy who works as hard as you, and you're going to work your entire 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
You're considering voting for Bernie when he's willing to take away 90% of what you earn?
Oh, that part I would not be willing.
Well, that's what Bernie's all about.
That's one piece of I'm not for any. I was talking to my friend my friend Brian today, and he was literally, he's anti-Hillary big time, and I was listening to him talk, and I was just like, this really is like voting for, which lung you want the cancer in. There's no good answer to this fucking election. It's fucking terrible. It's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sickened by it. I know I haven't really listened to Trump, to be honest, and I haven't really listened to Hillary. I just know that fucking, wow, somebody was getting ready to testify and magically they fucking dropped a weight
on their neck, on their throat.
How did that happen?
Sure.
What a crazy, very common accident that is.
Right.
What the fuck? That bitch kills everybody that's against her, man. I'm almost afraid to speak out. Maybe I should say go Hillary.
Sure.
Just die.
Right.
Ugh, what a fucking disaster we have coming.
I agree.
Oof.
Well, we got another voicemail about a fan who went to see Stephen, oh God, that's great, Piercy.
Okay.
Of course, we love Stephen.
Sure.
And, our fans follow the Classic Metal Show and often are fans of these classic metal bands. And Stephen's been good to the show when we can get him on.
Sure.
So
and
here,
an interview that we did, 2 weeks, or was it 3 weeks, or was it a month? Never mind.
Stephen's got his issues, but regardless, here's one of our fans calling in about Stephen Piercy.
Okay.
Was charging for autographs, let him know. Well, the first-hand on-the-ground report from that shithole bar, Union Jacks, here in Annapolis, Maryland, last October that I went to. Stephen Piercy did charge for autographs.
All right. Now, just to clarify that, whenever a promoter or a club owner, who often is the same as, the promoter,
sure,
charges, sometimes the artist doesn't know that.
Autographs?
Yeah, they'll charge a premium, like a VIP or a premium amount, so you can meet the artist.
Okay.
But a lot of the time, the artist doesn't realize that the bar owner or the promoter charged extra.
All right.
For that.
Fair enough.
And I've seen that happen because I've been with Doc and on a few occasions to where they've agreed to do a meet and greet.
Okay.
But they didn't realize that the owner was padding his own pocket to allow, certain people to come back and get an autograph or a picture or whatever.
Right, because I know Don's against that.
Yeah, he's not for that. But, I brought that up because Steven had it posted on his website, just like this listener, John, says, that if anybody is charged extra to come, get an autograph or a picture or whatever, let him know immediately because he'll put a stop to that.
All right.
So apparently this is one of those situations where, the promoter or the bar owner or the club owner actually did charge extra and, people felt ripped off, because I know Don is against that because, he's told us on a few occasions how Bret Michaels charges extra.
Yeah, and how that's a fucking douchebag move.
Yeah, and he's just like, I don't charge people for autographs. You people have bought my records all these years and come out to the show. I'm not going to charge you to take a picture or get an autograph.
Right.
So this is what he's talking about.
Okay.
There was a very small, almost like a coat room. My friend walked over with our beers to see because we had no idea, that we heard Stephen Piercy will be signing autographs. So, we're just kind of laughing, drinking. We walked over that direction. He had a bouncer outside of this basically coat closet where Stephen Piercy is, and a couple of his band members were in there sitting at a folding table. I think there were, like, memory serves, 5 or 6 people in line getting shit signed or whatever. And, no, I didn't pay the $10 because I didn't want to enable his hillbilly heroin and Marlboro Red habits. I did not care about the guy too much to do that, contribute to the problem. But I don't see it on his website anymore. I checked to see because I do remember Neely reading it just like you did on his website that if anybody tries to charge, let him know about it because he'll take care of it. Well, back in October that was still on his website at the time, and he was charging. Do I begrudge him for it? No. I mean, Marlboro Reds are like $7 a pack here, and God knows how many he went through before the show, but packs of them. But I don't know, just wanted to report that in, and I'd be curious to hear if anybody else had been to a Piercy show, if he's charging or not. Maybe it's just expensive out on the road, and he just had to drop that off of his website, bite the bullet, and
So there goes John from Maryland.
All right.
But I do know that Stephen, has posted that on his website that, if anybody is charged to come, get an autograph or a picture or whatever,
Sure.
to let him know, because he doesn't do that.
Right.
That's what he said anyway.
There we go.
So anyway.
Might I read a message that we received this week?
Okay.
We received a message from keyboardist Randy Gain
Right.
of Operation Mindcrime.
Sure.
He says, "Hey, CMS guys, I just found your warning, the breakdown room returns on Spreaker. And I was laughing so hard I had to pause it several times to catch my breath. Thank you, thank you."
Nice.
And I, of course, I immediately invited him on the show.
Right.
I said, "Come on, dude." I said, "If you're off the road, we'd love to have you on to talk Operation Mindcrime, Frequency Unknown." Because didn't he play on that too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I invited him, and he said, maybe, or he said, "Thanks. Maybe as we go forward and there comes something that is interesting to talk about. But I think Queensryche Jeff, Operation Mindcrime, could use some time off from the spotlight. Blabbermouth abusers, I think they would back me up on that."
So he's very well aware of what's going on out there.
Of course. And then he says, "Thanks again for your broke-ass Brian."
Nice. So he must be very familiar with broke-ass Brian.
Yep, of course. And he writes, "Seriously had me in tears.
Yeah.
Thanks. Keep up the great work."
Well, because I did see that message.
Yeah.
I did go back and listen to that yesterday.
I did too.
That was a damn good, funny segment.
That is fucking hysterical.
I know when we did it,
Yeah.
your first reaction was that it went too long.
Yeah.
But listening back to it, I laughed my ass off yesterday.
Didn't go too long.
I thought that was funny, especially when I kept playing the whole warning thing.
There was a part where you said something like about Jeff Tate as a cunt or something, and I said, "Hey, that's 3 warnings for you, pal," and you played the warning thing.
Right.
That shit was funny. And what a fucking bunch of idiots.
Just all the rules. And you kept calling it a message board, BORED.
Yeah, BORED board.
You said next to that's the church board.
Yeah. It was, I mean, literally it took you 45 minutes to read the rules.
It was.
It was so stupid.
You can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't say this, and you can't do that, and don't do this, and,
Yeah.
It's like there was really nothing you could do or say.
Yeah, except the current band is great. That's what you were allowed to say.
That was it.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah.
That's really all there was.
But yeah, I intentionally went back and looked that segment up and listened to it, and I did laugh quite a bit. I was just like, holy shit, I forgot how funny this was.
Yep, me too. Was funny.
Yeah. All right. A couple weeks ago, our good friend Patrick from Finland called in.
Right.
And he made the admission that he went to jail for attempted murder.
Right.
Where he tried to stab a guy.
Right.
And he talked about his time in jail. He said he went to jail for 5 months.
Right.
And so he writes in.
Mm-hmm.
So Patrick from Finland writes in. He says, "Hey, niggers."
Hey.
Well, I'm reading what he wrote.
That's a bit much.
"Been a long time since I called, but that's because your broadcast starts at 5 a.m. my time. Mm-hmm. So I usually listen to the podcast. Haven't been drinking for long since the last call. Talking about the last call, I don't even remember I called."
Wow.
When I saw the podcast, I was like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious.
What a call. Not even all of my closest friends know about me in jail. Well, who cares? They don't listen to the CMS.
There you go.
You know, I have been living kind of a hazy life. Weird things have happened to me, usually when I'm drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And when we Finns drink, we drink till we drop.
That's right.
No Neely style drinking, but real drinking, worse than Chris ever.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot. So he does worse than you. He doesn't drink like me.
Mm-hmm.
Drink till you can't remember and then some.
Done that.
So I have this weird problem.
Okay.
Sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking. Okay.
I don't sleepwalk when I'm sober, only when I'm drunk. And
that's a talent.
And Chris, I'm not drunk that often, only 1 to 2 times a week.
Well, at least it's not much.
Not that often.
7-8 times a month? What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Biggie.
But anyway, my sleepwalking got really serious.
Okay.
A lot of times I found myself outside wearing nothing more than underpants in the middle of winter. No keys, no phone, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning with people going to work. What do you do? Ask someone to call the janitor who comes from far away, so you sit there in your underpants in the middle of winter, minus 20 degrees Celsius, and smile to all the people passing by who also live in the high rise.
Yeah.
Hello, neighbors.
Could you maybe go in?
One time I woke up in my car with a baseball bat.
What the fuck?
Oh, man, the shit that has happened. So nowadays I have a lock on my door that I can lock myself inside if I drink. I just lock it and I hide the key when I'm drunk.
What the hell?
I won't find the key. It's not really safe for a fire, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Yeah, man.
Hail and kill. Fuck all the Russians, and I prefer a blowjob.
All right.
Patrick from Finland.
Well, thanks for checking in, Patrick.
Yeah.
Hope you're not stuck out in the field or something right now.
Sure.
It's about 7 in the morning.
In his underpants.
Right.
His underpants.
Pants, man.
Yeah. All right. Got another email.
All right.
Hey, guys. Just want to say how much I love the show.
Thank you.
Eddie Trunk and the 3 sides of the coin were starting to annoy the fuck out of me when I stumbled upon your podcast.
Wow.
How much of a fan am I? I am originally from New York. Now I'm living in Israel.
Wow. That's a move.
With the time difference, I need to get up at 3 a.m. on Sunday to hear you guys live.
All right.
So hook me up with a request, please.
Okay, what's the request?
One of the bands that really got me into metal is Metal Church.
Yeah, we could do that.
The first album is a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Can you play Gods of Wrath? Hail and Kill. Felix from Israel.
Why would you move to Israel?
I don't know. Maybe he's Jewish.
Well, maybe. Maybe he just wants to die early.
I don't know.
Would you ever move anywhere over in that fucking part of the world these days?
I guess it would be dependent. Well, over in Israel, no.
Yeah, I mean,
with the Palestinian conflict over there and all that, and the bombs and shit being blown up everywhere.
Yeah, you're here, but here, let me move to an apartment building that's in jeopardy of being hit by rockets every night.
I don't think so.
Me either. Fuck that.
Nah, doesn't sound like a party to me.
Me either.
Last week we had a caller call in by the name of Matt from Minnesota.
Yeah,
Did you listen to his phone call?
I most certainly did. Sounds like he might have got hit once or twice with a bat to the skull.
Yeah. Well, I think Matt's funniest line
Yeah.
was that I'm going to have to go take a bath and wash the sand out of my pussy. Because he was talking about his chick making him close down his Facebook page because she was suspicious of his activities and communicating with other girls.
And thankfully you set him straight where you said, if that happened to me, goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Well, he said, she controls every aspect of my life. That's what he said.
Is there any pussy, that's that good?
No, absolutely not.
Even if she did all the other stuff you would want other than the pussy.
No, if I had to deal with suspicious, jealous chicks, no.
Yeah. I mean, she cooks for you, cleans for you, fucks you so good that your fucking heart seems like it's almost going to stop every time. But she wants to control you when she's...
No, I can't. No.
I'm with you.
No.
That she has to bounce.
No.
Yeah.
So Matt wrote in.
Okay.
Sir Neely. I'm a sir now.
Look at you.
I won't call in hammered again. It was inappropriate. Sorry, man.
Sure his chick didn't write that?
Hail and kill. Matt
That's what he wrote?
That's all he wrote. Matt from Minnesota.
Why do I think his chick heard the broadcast? And said, you better straighten this out.
Yeah.
You made me look bad.
Yeah.
You made me look bad. Now I'm going to do exactly what you said I'd do, and you better straighten it out.
Sure.
Boy.
Yeah. So Matt from Minnesota checking in saying, I won't call in drunk anymore.
Well, thanks, Matt. You could just stop with call in. Just stop with I won't call in. That's good.
All right. And that's it for the voicemails and the emails and all that.
See if I have any more classic metal shows here. I don't think I have anything good. I have the usual 15 fucking bands that want me to play their shit. But if you're in a band, I'm just going to say it. If you're in a band and you hit me up with Facebook with a fucking link to your Dropbox, that shit goes right into the I don't pay attention list. I'm not going to do it. All right? I get enough real bands that fucking hit me up. And I'm not saying that your band sucks or your band's great or whatever. I don't have time. Send it to Neely. What's your email, Neely? Request the Classic Metal Show?
Yeah, request at theclassicmetalshow.com.
Send it there. Don't send it to the Facebook because I'm never going to play your shit, ever. It will never in a million years happen. So don't send it to us there. Send it to request at the Classic Metal Show because Neely checks that. And I think you actually do listen to the music.
Yeah, sometimes I do, depending on what it is, yeah.
Me, I can't be bothered with you. I maintain the Facebook, and that's just the way it is. I'm not going to be bothered with, what was the name of this band? I'm going to sell them out, too, whatever. It would be great if you could play my band, Intrinsic. So, here's a track from our Nails album, recorded in 1992, but never released until 2015 by Dive Bomb Records. So it was recorded in 92. And it just didn't make it out to release for 23 years, but now we should play it? I think it might be dated there, Mike. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Me either.
I do not.
I don't either, because you know it's going to sound awful.
Sure.
I know this is going to... Come on, should we play it now?
Just go ahead and play like 30 seconds of it.
Here we go. Watch it be awesome. Here you go. Pillar of Fire from Nails. One of our favorite vocals by Lee. Amazingly good singing. A lot of high praise, isn't it?
Sure.
All right, here it comes. Sounds like every other band we get.
Yeah, basically from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Thanks for playing. The band is called Intrinsic, if you want to hear it.
All right. And speaking of bands.
Yes.
May Kay called into the show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, right.
And she wanted us to play Bebo.
Yeah.
You played some Bebo.
Yeah, I did.
We played about 30 seconds of it, and we said it sounded like Vince Neil.
Yeah.
Bebo hit me up on the Twitter.
Oh yeah. What they say?
Thanks for playing Bebo's new single. Mark this. Here's the video.
Thanks.
So Bebo listened to the CMS.
Mm-hmm.
May-K must have tipped him off that we sampled their song.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks a lot, Bebo.
They Twittered me.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I need a drink.
Yeah, I think I do too.
And so I'm gonna honor Felix's request since he's writing from Israel.
All right.
And since Metal Church is one of my favorite bands anyway.
All right.
I'm gonna play Gods of Wrath.
You know what? I'm gonna make a request behind it.
Okay.
So that you have 2 songs and you can take your time going to get a drink.
Sure.
I think for Felix in Israel, I would like to hear Ozzy Osbourne, Thank God for the Bomb.
Nice.
Just because that's probably what his apartment building is saying right now.
Nice. All right. Well, here's Metal Church for Felix in Israel, exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hi, this is Kurt Vanderhoof from Metal Church, and you're listening to the Classic Metal Show.